right. Well, if anyone joins us later, then we'll just welcome them in. But I know everyone here, I think, but I'm Krisha Spears with the Reach Initiative. So I'll just kind of go through and tell you what the Reach has been up to, and then we'll just go through everybody and you can share with what you've got going on, if you've got anything coming up, anything to share with us. So Friday we did our first viewing of the First Step documentary, and we did that in Parkersburg at the historic Smoot Theater, and it was great. We did a SWOT analysis, so strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. But the community was invited, so we had just various community members. We had a city council person, the father of a West Virginia legislator, an educator, a couple of the recovery homes, and then great coverage from the local newspaper. So it was really great. We had a packed house. The room was standing room only, which it wasn't a great big room, but we still had 35 people in there, which was, which was great for them to give up 2 hours of their time before the movie so we could talk about reentry and what's working, what's not working, and how can we have a better presence in Parkersburg. So it was a great thing. Dominique, the council chair, has taken the notes and she's going to compile those into a report and share those with the rest of the council there. And I would love to be able to do things like that in other areas. So we will see, how that's going. And then afterwards, we showed the documentary, The First Step, and by the time we were finished with the SWOT analysis, there was a line outside of people waiting to get inside the theater. So we probably had about 150 people. So more people from recovery homes came, more community members. So it was great. Afterwards, there was a panel discussion with two people with lived experience, the city councilwoman, and then the producer of the documentary, Lance Kramer. So they were able to answer questions and tell their stories and things like that. So it was a very informative and beneficial night for Parkersburg. So there's that going on. And then it looks like Ashley's driving, but I'll tell her what she has done for us. She has made the right connection to get us. The reentry councils are on all of the tablets now in the jails and the prisons. So emails have been very busy with people reaching out from the Getting Out app, contacting the reentry council on how to get assistance. So I've been kind of trying to figure out how to field their questions and what can I do with them, and then serve, the ones that are getting out next week versus the ones, that don't see parole until 2032. So trying to field through those and help. And so Ashley and I actually have a call tomorrow with one of the counselors at one of the prisons. And we'll have two of their ladies there with them so we can figure out what services we can provide. This is kind of what we've been waiting for, is to have that direct connection on the inside, so they can connect with us to figure out how we can help them upon release. So it's a great thing. Be able to connect with them. We will then be using our Reach Back Reentry navigators to help funnel workload off of.
Well, yeah, I can do them. Oh, I just didn't know if we wanted to, because last year we said maybe not in June, July because of.
All right, sorry, muted. So we're now, trying to use the Reach Back Reentry navigators, because that's what they're trying to do, and to help to assist people. So there's that. The Reach is hosting a women's faith and leadership conference on April 6th in Flatwoods. So if anybody is interested in attending that, the conference itself is free. You'll get some swag. I'll feed you dinner or lunch, and lots of good things. We'll talk about stigma and stigmatizing language, person first language, ACEs, and a whole bunch of other things. So again, it's free. I'll drop the information in the chat. And then the last thing is, if you're interested in attending the West Virginia Restorative Justice Conference, that will be June 14th and 15th in Buchanan at West Virginia Wesleyan. Early bird registration is $200, and that's for That includes both days. So it is a Friday full day, Saturday full day. We have about 30 presenters. So if you're able to attend that, I will put that information over there as well. I'll be on a panel discussion talking about grants and how to find money. Amber and Heather will be talking about the Reach Back Reentry Navigator program. So the Reach will be well represented there. But I will put that information out there in the chat. So, all right. Ashley, are you driving or are you at a stop? I'll let you go next.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So my name is Ashley Lowe. I am the reentry coordinator with the U.S. Attorney's Office. We handle the northern 32 counties, which includes all the counties that are on this county. The only real updates I have right now is we have a couple simulations scheduled. We have the one in May that is going to be at the WVU School of Law with the federal public defenders, but it's also going to be open up to the community. We have a lot of, we're going to have PLEs, we're going to have law enforcement credits, and I think we're also trying to work to get some social work credits. So if those are some things that you need and you want to make a trip down to Morgantown, we would be glad to have you. When we get a little bit more information, probably have Reach send out an invitation out to all the counties. And then the other thing that I have is I was invited to come facilitate a simulation for the Government Accountability Office in DC. And what they are is they're a nonpartisan group that actually presents things to Congress. So this is a great group for us to get in front of and hopefully be able to get some laws and get some money for reentry. So they're very, very excited to have me come and do this. They're actually having their entire staff go through it. We're actually going to use, really cool, we're going to use their summer interns to work the table because it's going to be hard for me to get people from our area to travel that far. But it's going to be a good event, and I hope that they take stuff back to Congress. We can make some changes that way. But that's all I have. Oh, and Krisha,
Yes.
I do have, I got your message about the gentleman returning the ceiling, and I promise you when I get into the office, I will get you.
That's fine. That's fine. I figure we'll touch base at some point. So
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So like, as Ashley said, she's got someone I've reached out to her. As I have people coming back to this community, I will reach out to this council and, just say, hey, what supports do we have for this person? So, all right. Jen, you want to go next and you can call on somebody else?
Sure. My name is Jen Call. I am the outreach coordinator for the Northwood Health Systems Crisis Unit. We have 2 crisis units in the Northern Panhandle. We have one in Weirton and one in Wheeling. We can help with detox and also acute psychiatric signs and symptoms. So we're co-occurring and can help with both. We have beds available for males and females 18 and older. So if you have anyone that is struggling or needs any help, just let us know and we can get them assessed for the crisis unit. And how about Carol?
Hi, I'm Carol Shearbaum, and I'm here with Fred McDonald from the Lee Report Center. We work in probably like the 6 most northern counties, but up in Circuit 1 is Brooke, Hancock, and Ohio. We work with all folks who are referred through the legal and court and CPS systems. We provide a variety of programming for co-occurring disorders, substance abuse, disorder, as well as parenting. We also do a lot of testing and work with CPS. And we also are offering now the DUI safety and treatment program for West Virginia in the 6 northern Panhandle counties. So pretty much a very wide variety of program offerings, but we are here through community corrections in order to be a partner for all of the folks coming through in any way, shape, or form through the illegal system. So Danica, I don't think we heard did we hear from you?
It's actually pronounced Danica. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Danica Brown. I work for the Division of Corrections and Rehabilitation, and I mainly assist people with housing and linking them to resources in the community. And sometimes myself and Brenda Huffman, who deals with employment, assist Ashley with reentry simulations as well. And I will call on, is it Rihanna from Unicare?
Yep. So my name is Rihanna. I work with Unicare, which is one of the 3 Medicaid plans the state of West Virginia has. I'm part of the population health team here at Unicare, so we focus on barriers our members might be having. So we help them get with like housing and food and employment, anything along that line, any kind of need they might have. We try to tackle it for them, all in hopes of getting to like whole health, so if we can tackle housing and employment for them later down the road, they might go to general checkups and stuff, because you're not going to go to the doctor if you don't know what you're eating tonight or where you're sleeping. So that's part of our job, is to try to tackle these barriers they might be having, so that they might go to the doctor later on once they feel like they're stable and stuff. I'm gonna try to make sure I don't call somebody that's already. Did Jen get called? Okay.
I think, Kaylee, I think you're the only one left.
Oh, okay.
And then Carol, if you can put your and Fred's contact information, and then Rihanna, if you can put your contact information over in the chat, that would be great. And then Miss Kaylee, go right ahead.
So I am the branch office manager for the Weirton Division of Rehabilitation Services. We are in the state building in Weirton. DRS, what we do, we help individuals with disabilities, could be mental health, physical health, learning disabilities, you name it, even asthma. We help them with reaching their employment goals. So that could include on-the-job training. It could include assessments to see what they want to do, vocational assessments. It could include helping pay for college, anything like that. And we also refer out to help meet needs of anything that we aren't able to provide. So even, the individuals coming out of prisons with the reentry, we can help them. Everything we do is employment based though. So we refer out for what we can't do, but we help with finding that employment, resumes, interview skills, job searching, actually helping submit those job applications, all of that stuff. So I'm located in Weirton. We also have an office in Wheeling and Parkersburg for our District 3 that we're in the northern panhandle, but we are all across the state.
Thank you. All right. And then thank you for everybody putting your information in the chat. And this information is especially important right now, as I need to connect people with resources. So, I'm saving the chat, so I have, a good database, or somehow to build a database with everyone's information across the state. 211 is great, but it's only updated once a year. So I haven't figured out, how to make all of this happen, but we will. Has anyone ever hired a Vista worker from AmeriCorps? All right, I'm gonna take that as a no. We're applying for a couple of Vista workers, and that will help lighten our load. Being completely grant funded, that we need to diversify where we can get our employees from. So we're looking at some AmeriCorps Vista workers, and hopefully that will help us out. I'm trying to think, is there? Oh. Okay, all right, Danica. Good. And that's, I love, that their values and their core model is very similar to ours, and, what all we do here with the councils. So hopefully they'll approve us. and pick us. And, I specifically put in, the application that we are second chance employer, and, that's, who we prefer to hire. So. All right, well, Carol and then Fred, how do we get more participation in your areas? How do we get some more people to join the council, local people?
Have you ever connected with the Brooke Hancock Family Resource Network?
I do not.
Family resource networks across the state have community networking teams. So they have a variety of services and connections. Gianna Gordon, let me see. I'm going to put the information in the chat, their
I
phone
have a
number.
list. One of the other councils, their chair is actually a family resource
Okay.
connector, so she has sent me a statewide list. So
Mhm.
I think maybe that's what I just need to do, is create a flyer and invite all of them to attend the appropriate meetings for their areas.
Yeah, and they also have other, and so each FRN has their own contact lists for their local areas in which they connect with a number of organizations.
Okay.
Like the local DRS, the local health departments, local, like Change Incorporated up in this area does a lot of work in a variety of social services. So the FRNs really are a great place to start. And they, I know the local the Brooke Hancock FRN has an online resource manual, which is interactive and very extensive.
Okay. And that's, the pushback I kind of got from the other council, was that, there are already community meetings about sharing information, and that they didn't want this to be just another sharing of information. And I said, I completely understand that. And, we don't want to duplicate services and, waste time, just another meeting to have another meeting. But I'm trying to explain now that we are having people that are able to connect with us via getting out in these things. This is what is going to set us apart from other meetings, that are solely, families and things like that. So, so I will use that new information, and I'll create a flyer and do an invitation for all of the ones across the state. So, all right. And if you have any other ideas, Carol or Fred, please let me know. I will reach out to anyone and see how we can get it more, get the reentry councils more prevalent in your area.
Yeah, I'll contact, it's Fred, I'll contact the Workforce Development Board and to get the job center up here in Weirton involved too.
Okay. That would be great. Yeah, that's, we want to get our folks skilled up and ready to work. That's when I was writing the Appalachian the ARC Inspire grant, it was very eye-opening to see, what our employment rate is, what the highest in-demand jobs were, and then the education you needed to have to get to those. And our people just are not skilled yet, and we need to get them skilled up. And government was actually the #1 employer for West Virginia, and then travel and tourism. So we need to get them out of those low skill, low wage jobs. So, all right. Well, I will give everyone back 40 minutes of your day. Go forth, do great things, and thank you for all that you do and all that you are. See you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.